Have you ever had those days when you wake up and you've got this notion that, hey, I want to do something fun today. I want to build a offset smoker or a fun knife project or just go for a bike ride. And then you remember, oh, reality. I don't know why I woke up this morning thinking that we're just going to do something fun. What we're actually going to do today is a whole bunch of wooden signs. That's full. So we've planed the wood, we've cut the wood. The next step of the process is to go through these and wood fill all these knots. When we first started doing signs years ago, anything with a knot like this, we would like cut around it. And obviously that left for a lot of waste and just a little act of wood filling, and then I'll put it over there on that big rack thingy. It's called the Stod, the Sign Tree of Doom. Got these fans set up here, and then we'll drum sand. Time to do a belt change. And one thing that ends up happening is you end up getting this buildup between the different wraps. So I always like to wipe that down. A little lacquer thinner before I put my new belt on. Machine is unplugged. Got your fingers in these things, man. I would never do it with a machine plugged into a power source. Different drum sanders have different ways of loading these, but this one's pretty easy. These come pre-tapered. Stick that in there. And get it roughly straight. This is the most critical part, is how you set it up. We should end up coming right out in line. This machine has paid for itself over and over for the particular work that I do. Never needed one of these before we did signs. We used to sand these signs by hand. And man, you spend like 3 or 4 hours with a palm sander, oh my goodness. Your hands would be numb for the rest of the day. And this is faster, and it gives a nicer finish. Do here is we got this little part we got to reach into. Push it tight, and then the spring catches it and pulls it. And that's that. So that's essentially how we make our wooden signs. Very boring work, but there are a couple steps and processes that I have not shared and that I will not share. I keep them real close to my chest. The reason for that is that the Etsy market is fairly competitive, and there are a couple Etsy shops out there that have blatantly ripped off my wife's designs. You know, my wife will come up with a sign idea. She will search Etsy and nobody else is doing it. She'll put it out there and boom, right away, this person's doing it. And we know these people. And so it's frustrating. The things that I have made, the tools I've come up with have taken our Etsy capacity probably 5 to 7 times more product made in a given time. And I know for a fact that if I show these little things I'm doing, well, the other people, they're our competition. They're gonna just go ahead and steal my ideas. So Those are like hush, hush, hush secrets. I wish I could share them with you guys because it's really fascinating, and I think they were very clever solutions. I just love that. I love finding a problem or a bottleneck in like a process, and then noodling through it, and then coming out with a really great solution. Even as someone who makes a living freelancing, right? Like I don't make all my money on YouTube. I don't make all my money on knives. I don't make all my money on Etsy. I'm self-employed, but you still got to just get to work sometimes. There's days when you want to do something more fun, and you just got to be like, no, today I'm making signs.